What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Odd Chopper channel. I am your host, Mike, better known as Narco Cop on Twitter, and this is Best Bets for UFC Vegas 79. This is Gamrot versus Fiziev, a great main event here. We have 11 total fights. Really looking forward to this card. I think it's a great fight night card, actually, with a fantastic main event. Should be a banger in a 5-round fight there. Quick recap of last week. We did go 1-2 again. We had a bad beat last week. The Padilla Nelson over easily hit where the fight went the distance. The Knutson KO, that was a pretty rough loss there. She had her out of there multiple times and just couldn't finish. And then the Rosa sub one obviously did not work out, where he went for the KO in round one. So we lose that one. We're 1-2 last week. Kind of on a bad streak here, going 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Looking to right the ship here. And before I go on with my plays, please, guys, hit the like down below. Subscribe to the channel here at oddshopper.com. Once you're subscribed, hit that notification button so you can get notified on all our videos here on the Odd Chopper YouTube channel. With that being said, before I start my first bet, I also want to do a little shout out to our sponsor, BetMGM. And as you can see right there on the screen, currently we have that promo where you deposit that $10, you make your first bet, and you can receive up to $1,000 in bet credits. And you also do receive a link for free access to our Discord. You want to be in this Discord. We have very sharp guys giving you bets on the NFL currently, MLB, all these other sports that kick in. They give you great bets in there. And they also do give my entire UFC Vegas 79 card in there, along with Bellator this week. I have a big Bellator card, betting card as well. So I put that out on the Discord channel as well. With that being said, let's talk about our first bet of the night. It is our dog of the night, and that is in the AJ Fletcher versus Bryan battle fight. And here, be a lot of people that are on Bryan battle here, laying the juice. And for me, I like the opposite side. I like AJ Fletcher here. And the size is a bit of a concern. He's only 5'10", 67-inch reach compared to the 77-inch reach of Bryan battle. But he is 3 years younger. And to me, in this fight, AJ Fletcher is the much more explosive, the much more athletic, the grappling upside. All these things favor AJ Fletcher. And when you look at him, he's faced guys that are similar in stature in Bryan battle. Like, he faced Themba Gorimbo last time out, choked him out in round 2. He faced Matthew Semmelsberger, who also is of similar size, a couple of fights ago. He lost that fight, but he hurt Semmelsberger. It was a close fight. It was back and forth. He lost it basically at the end of that fight in round 3. Historically with AJ Fletcher, it's, the guy goes very hard very early, and he tends to slow down in the later rounds, tends to kind of gas out. And, that is a concern here against Bryan battle. But doing my research, I see that this guy has moved to Colorado. He's at Factory X. He's training at elevation. That should help his cardio some. Watching the Angelusa fight, he was managing his cardio really well up until he hurt Angelusa in round 2. And then he tried to finish him. And then he threw everything out, the entire tank to try to get Lusa out of there. Couldn't get him out of there. And then in round 3, subsequently got tired, couldn't land takedowns, and eventually lost the decision. Bryan battle, to me, is just like, he's always losing until he's winning. These guys cardio out against him. He comes back, he wins. Gilbert Urbina, he's losing round 1 badly. Trey Shangor losing round 1. Fakhretdinov completely dominated him. Petrowski, an Ultimate Fighter, losing round 1. This guy's notoriously losing round 1s. And I think AJ Fletcher here at plus money, the more explosive guy, the guy with grappling upside, the guy that most likely hits takedowns here. I mean, this guy has a very, very good double leg. He's at a better camp. He's with better guys. We're getting plus 160. I think this should be at even money at best. I think we have a lot of meat on the bone here at plus 160 on the dog in AJ Fletcher. Before I move on to our prop of the night, I do also want to shout out HotShopper.com. Currently, we have 70% off the first month on HotShopper.com. Check it out. I use it all the time. It's such a great tool. It finds bets for you, big plus EV bets. All you have to do is just go to the book and make that bet. It does everything for you. Lots of stuff on there. I mean, you could go in there, it'd be 70% off, worth every penny. Link is down below, guys, if you're interested in it. Trust me when I tell you, once you use it, you will be using it a lot. I use it a lot for the NFL season and props. It's really been hitting at a high clip for me. That being said, let's go on to our second play of the night. It is in a Ricardo Ramos versus Charles Jourdain fight. And I love the Ramos by decision here. Plus 340, sneaky bet. And here's why. Ricardo Ramos, when you look at him historically, and we can go over it together here, he is 5-1 in decisions. So he's been in decision 6 times. He's won 5. He's lost 1. The only one he lost to was to Gugov, and that was a close fight as well. So he lost that fight. Basically, Tugugov took him down a couple of times, won some minutes there. The other ones, he's won. Now, he faced a guy in Charles Jourdain who has good cardio. He comes on later in fights in round 3. But this guy is quite opposite in decisions. He's 2-5 in decisions. Now, here's the thing. It's very hard to finish Charles Jourdain. He's been finished 1 time in 21 fights. He's a very, very hard guy to finish. He's finished very good guys. I mean, he's faced very good guys. And the only guy to finish him, it was late by Julian Erosa. I mean, he darced him very, very late in that fight. He was tired. Both guys were tired. And he got the darce. But this guy's been in the UFC for a long time. No one's finished him outside of that Erosa round 3. Ramos is dangerous on the ground. But Jourdain is very, very good when he's defending submissions. So I don't think that's a big outcome there. But the thing here is I do see Ricardo Ramos having a grappling edge. Jourdain can be taken down, and he's shown Nathaniel Wood's taken him down 5 times. You know, historically, when people wrestle him, they can take him down. You know, Andre Fili took him down a bunch. And Ricardo Ramos has shown good takedowns. You know, he took down Bill Algeo 8 times. And Algeo, you know, he has pretty good takedown defense. You know, he took Journey Newsom down 3 times. He took Ayman Zahabi down 3 times. So when this guy has used his wrestling, it's worked. And I think that's how he wins here. You know, you don't want to sit there and make it a 15-minute striking match against a guy like Charles Jourdain because he brings the pressure. He has decent power, and he's going to bring the volume. So for me, I really like the decision prop here on Ramos using the wrestling, winning the minutes, and it's plus 340. It's a very big number in my opinion. I think the books have the submission a little too high. I'm sorry, have it a little too low. I think the submission should be a lot higher and the decision should be lower. So that's where I think the mistake is. I like the plus 340. It's on Unibet. You can get that done on Unibet Bet Rivers. Very, very good price in my opinion for our prop of the night here. Before we go on to our main, I'm sorry, not main event, but our favorite play of the night, I do want to shout out our Discord. Link is down below. First week, you get half off on our Discord. Test it out. Go in there, meet the whole community. Great community, always speaking. go to my channel. I have my own channel in there, give out all my plays, all my regional plays. Also, some great minds. I mean, we got Ben Rasa. We have some great guys. We got Lindy in there, Eric Lindquist. Yeah, go in there, check it out. You get first week half off, link down below. Now, favorite play of the night. Tim Means, Andre Fialho fight. And here's another one where I think this fight is sneakily an over fight. And when I say sneaky over, I mean a lot of people like the under here. And watching Andre Fialho fight last time and against Buckley, he got knocked out in the second round, but that was a different Andre Fialho. He was very more relaxed. He was taking his time. He was not rushing anything. And he's been knocked out in 3 straight fights, guys. Remember, this is probably his last fight on his contract. He cannot afford to lose. What that means is he cannot afford to get in a brawl. He's the more technical striker. He's faster. He's, like you can see right here on the screen, he is a lot younger, 10 years younger. Take your time with Tim Means. You don't need to get into a brawl with this guy. And the thing with Tim Means is, you know, he's been finished multiple times by submission, 7 times. But in his 48 career fights, he's only been knocked out twice. And does he get hurt? Yes. But does he recover and able to survive storms? Yes. I mean, the last knockout on this guy was Nico Price 4 years ago. You know, this guy is durable. He is durable even at 39. Yes, his durability, I feel like, is going away a little. But the over 1.5 here is just priced wrong, in my opinion. You know, when you look at Tim Means, like, he's getting choked out a lot. He's getting clubbed and subbed. I just don't think Fialho has submission in him, to be honest. And, you know, when you're looking at historically, he's got 1 submission win in 23 fights. He just doesn't go for subs. He's not a very good submission threat. And I think he's looking at his last fight. I think this guy's fighting a little more relaxed. He's fighting a little more cautious. And I think that helps our over 1.5 here. You know, he's been knocked out multiple times, like I said. But Means doesn't really have that type of power. Does he have good elbows? Yes. Does he have good ground and pound? Yes. But look at Tim Means. Like, when is his last knockout, guys? His last knockout came 5 years ago against Ricky Rainey, who is nowhere near UFC level. Prior to that, 7 years ago. Guy just doesn't have power anymore in his hands like he used to. The elbows, the knees, the this, the that. So with both guys in that type of trajectory where one guy doesn't have a lot of power anymore, the other guy is fighting a little more timid, is not going crazy, it sets up well for the over 1.5 here. So over 1.5 minus 139 on Bet Rivers Unibet. I think that's my best bet on this card here. Yeah, all 3 plays there. Fletcher dog plus 160. Favorite prop, Ramos decision plus 340. And the over 1.5 minus 139 on Bet Rivers for Fialho and Means, guys. That does it all for all 3 fights. Shout out to our sponsor, BetMGM, on the screen there. Links down below for our Discord and our oddshopper.com. Also, guys, you must be 21 and older to gamble. And if you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Thank you very much, guys. And one more thing, like I usually say, let's cash those tickets for UFC Vegas 79. See y'all in 2 weeks. We have an off week next week. Take care, and let's freaking go.